is one of the basic needs and is essential to consumers. Therefore, every consumer has the right to get safe food for their consumption. It is important to ensure that only safe food is supplied to consumers. The Malaysia Standard for Food Quality is recognized by Malaysia as a system that requires a continuous re-examining and reviewing to ensure important improvement in food processing and production safety system. The regulations of food quality and integrity in Malaysia is mainly governed by the Food Act 1983 and its subsidiary legislations, the most pertinent of which is the Food Regulations, came into force in October 1985. It aims to protect the public against food-related hazards and frauds, as well as to promote and motivate the preparations, handling, distribution, sales and consumption of safe, high-quality food. The following scenario will be introduced more about food safety and the related rule of law.
Hello Chan, did you know that Company A has been caught because of selling fake eggs?
Really? I did not heard about it.
Yes, because fake food contains a lot of adulteration substance which is harm for human health. Besides that, Company A was convicted and received a heavy punishment.
What kind of punishment?
Company A has been punished to imprisoned for 2 years.
Based on Food Act 1983, Section 13b, subsection 2 and 4, any food shall be deemed to be adulterated if it contains or is mixed or diluted with any substance which diminishes in any manner its nutritive or other beneficial properties as compared with such food in a pure, normal, or specified state, and in an undeteriorated and sound condition, or which in any other manner operate or may operate to the prejudice or the advantage of the purchaser or consumer. Any substance or ingredient has been ejected wholly or in part or omitted from the food, and by reason of such ejection or omission, the nutritive or other beneficial property of the food are less than those of food in its specified state, or food operate or may operate to the prejudice or the advantage of the purchaser or consumer. It contains or is mixed or diluted with any substance of low commercial value than such food in a pure, normal, or specified state and in an undeteriorated and sound condition.
The punishment is a person who contravenes any of the provision of this section commits an offense and shall be liable, on conviction, to a fine not exceeding 20,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or to both. In conclusion, based on the story of Company A has contravened Section 13B and the company was convicted for fine not exceeding 20,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or to both.
Hello Cindy, are you free tomorrow? Do you mind to have dinner with me at Restaurant A?
Restaurant A, did you see the news about the restaurant was complained by customer last week?
What? I did not notice that. Why is the restaurant complained by customers?
They did not store food at the temperature prescribed by the government. That's why the microorganisms actively growing in the food and the contaminated food has caused the customer to get sick. This is because perishable fruit should be stored at below 5 degrees Celsius or at above 60 degrees Celsius to prevent growth of harmful bacteria. Correct cooking temperatures are very important, especially for some meat, sauces, and poultry.
That was terrible. Fortunately, you saw this news, or else we will be the next victims. According to Food Act 1983, Section 13, Part 1, food containing substances injurious to health. Any person who prepares or sells any food that has in or upon it any substances which is poisonous, harmful, or otherwise injurious to health commits an offense and shall be liable. Based on the subsection of 13a, Part 1, any person who prepares or sells any food that consists wholly or in part of a. Any diseased, filthy, decomposed, or putrid animal or vegetable substances. B. Any portion of an animal unfit for food. Or C. The product of an animal which has died otherwise than by slaughter or as game.
Based on the situation, due to the unhygienic way of handling food, the restaurant who prepares or sells the food that has in or upon it any substance which is poisonous, harmful, or otherwise injurious to health commit an offence and shall be liable, on conviction, to a fine not exceeding 100,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 10 years or to both.
Basically, food handling is about any aspect of the operation in the preparation, transport, storage, packaging, wrapping, exposure for sale, service, or delivery of food. Safe food handling plays an important role in making a difference in our community. Well-trained food handling according procedures able to reduce the risk of consumers becoming sick from foodborne disease.
Marcus was a hawker who runs a restaurant. Customers who visited the Choria restaurant few days ago have suffered with food poisoning. After authorities investigated the cause of food poisoning by customers, the authorities found that the source of the poisoning was from the owner using non-hygienic water to clean the vegetables and continuously using oil for several days without changing it. Section 13a, subsection 2. Who prepares or sells any food that contains or upon which there is any matter foreign to the nature of such food or is otherwise unfit for human consumption, whether manufactured or not, commits an offence and shall be liable on conviction to fine not exceeding 30,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or to both.
If they fail do that, they will liable an offence under Section 13a, subsection 2, where the offender can be liable to fine not exceeding 30,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or to both. Our contribution as food handlers is critical in a food establishment, and our work is of the utmost importance to our own health and the health of our family, our community, and the businesses where we prepare food.
From these three scenarios, we learn about the legislations on food standard and quality that apply in Malaysia to govern food processing for consumers. We also learn about the problem-related food safety. According to the Committee of Experts on Food Protections of the World Health Organization, foodborne disease is the most serious health issue in the world and has limited economic efficiency. The Food Safety Agency also found that 10 to 30% of the annual population has been affected by foodborne disease in developing countries. And one of the reasons is because the consumers often consider the low price of the product they purchase rather than the hygiene quality of the product premises. It will allow supply manager to say little about supply health, as long as the demand for the produce is low. Besides that, many small and medium-sized food manufacturers often resist enforcement due to the expense. Therefore, the process of food handling and adulterate food problem need a better supervision and managed to secure the health of our people, and requires further progress to reduce food poisoning and to make SME food suppliers and the public more conscious and equipped with the knowledge of food safety.